Hi everyone, how are you? I know you guys don't like this, so I have a surprise for you. I'm learning some skills now. Huh? Look at that. Okay, so I don't understand how people have so much time to do all the YouTube and the lives and everything, because even though my kids are older, they're in college, I still am a mom 24/7, and I don't have time for anything. And so it's really hard for me to even do lives. And when I do lives, they're few and far between, as you know, and sometimes they go great, sometimes not so much, because I'm just pressed for time. So I do these videos, and I don't have any skills for doing them. My videos, as you all know, are ones that you can do while you're listening. So I have been lucky enough to go around people's daily lives with them. I love it when tell me in the comments what you were doing while you were listening to my video. I get things where they were listening while they made banana bread, listening while they were in the shower, listening while they were gardening, listening while they're driving, waiting for their kids to be picked up, listening while running, listening while dribbling. I got a good one the other day. Thank you. I think Sarah, right? And so I love that, because I do feel that although I don't have any skills and I don't know how to do intros, I don't know how to do videos or anything, because that takes time and I just simply don't have it. So I appreciate those of you who have figured out how to understand my videos and just play them while you're going about your daily lives. You don't have to sit here and watch. So with that being said, I have a treat for you. Under the Fair Use Act and disclaimer, in Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use using the four-factor balancing act test. So under those four factors, under fair use, then we have, oh, hold on. Interruption. Sorry, Boo. Come on, honey. Door accidentally closed. Boo has strict rules on me, and I'm not allowed to be behind closed doors at any time. So under that fair use four-factor balancing act test, a small portion of original material is used, and the new work is critique or satire or education. The number 3 is that the commercial value of the original is not diminished. Now that's an important factor, I think, here. And number 4, the new work is predominantly original product of use. So that was a source from Termly and Emerging EdTech on YouTube that I like the best, which kind of encapsulates a good broad spectrum. I am not very adamant about saying fair use, fair use, fair use, because as you all know, I'm unique in that 90% of my content is what I have created, what I am saying from my experience. When I take a video, it's because I am in that place and I am doing that. I am doing something to show you, or I am talking about an experience. With that being said, I have recently been demonetized, and I may or may not get my monetization back. I did a 5-part video on the manifesto of, I can't even say the word because I'll probably get in more trouble, but you know who made the manifesto. So 10 months ago, I did a 5-part series where I narrated the entire manifesto, because in that manifesto, it had some really interesting points, as he was an MIT graduate and he was not violent at that time, but he was, obviously losing his mental sanity, because he felt that if we go away from industrialization, then we are going to have these certain problems, and we are going to, go to social media, and there's not going to be autonomy and all kinds of things. Okay, so what he said is basically very relevant to what we are dealing with the problems with social media right now. I did not at all talk about what he did that ended him in prison and the loss of lives. And there were only 40 views. So it was like 10 months ago, 40 views. When I did Katie Joy content, when I started doing Katie Joy content, I started having a lot of problems with my channel being reported, mass reported. I had only had that problem once when I did comment on Blowhorn Betty and Betty, Molly, and Dolly all struck my channel at the same time. So they did several channels at that time when they were sitting in front of a place where they were getting all the free meals and everything that they were doing, the tragedy pimping. And so I made a comment. So basically everybody in that comment thread lost their channels. Some just started a whole new channel. I fought and got my channel back with no restrictions. That being said, I have a small community because I'm very selective with who is in my community and on my channel. I value each and every one of yours time because I know that time is valuable. That's why I don't have a lot of time to do lives and all of that. And so I respect your time as well. I try my best to interact in the comments, and I try my best to not let the comments go in a different direction. And sometimes my comments are like lined up. I'm on my phone and something will pop up. And so one of my videos I did a couple of weeks ago, there were a lot of people who had not listened to my video yet, but they'd seen the headline or they were asking about court. So there was a comment and it asked a question, and I said, have you watched my video? Seeing how it fell out in the comments, it looked like I was very, very hostile in answering that. That was not my intention, and I apologize. Just to give you guys a better understanding of me, just know that I'm super busy. I've got, even though my child with cerebral palsy is older now, he still needs me 24/7. I have always been so grateful to have my hands overly filled by God and the amount of blessings that I've received in him trusting me with 6 amazing babies. I am forever humble. I just have a problem with getting time for myself or anything else like that. So that being said, if I come off bitchy in the comments, please know that I'm rushing around, probably not seeing the whole context, just trying to get in there because I believe in growing my community grassroots. And in that, I have been rewarded with getting to know people all around the world. You all know who you are. You all have touched me so many ways. That sounds really, really intimate. Y'all touched me so many ways. But you know what I mean? Like, to know that I am speaking to a worldwide audience that takes the time to comment and email me and tell me what they think of what I said and how they can relate, or questions that they have that they're not comfortable writing, etc., which I totally understand. So I am so grateful and I am so blessed. That being said, I was trying to earn my money in the way that YouTube is supposed to be. That is by AdSense. That is by getting the views, having the interaction, and doing the work. I was not pimping for super chats, begging for this and that, making up stuff, what I'm doing with the money. All of the money that I made for my channel, I put into something good. And that was into gardening or the occasional Starbucks. And I'm completely transparent with you all in how much money I have made. That being said, when I did make my content, I am the one going to the courtroom. I am the one procuring the documents, doing the research to the best of my ability. I am not an attorney. I have an education I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and I had to drop out of law school because of my illness. If you have time, please listen to my video called Dr. Desai, Desai. You'll see that, and you'll see I'm one of his victims, and that's why I had to drop out of law school. This is exclusive. I'm going to say this part about me, that the reason why I feel like I have unique insight into the courtroom and civil litigation is because I myself have been a part of a major lawsuit in which I filed against 20 different corporations, and I was successful in every single one of them. I basically knew what I needed to have done civilly, and I was not an attorney, so I found an attorney who had just graduated and basically talked to him about what my vision was and asked if I could use his letterhead if I wrote the body of the complaints. and he did it because he didn't have anything to lose. And so when I can explain who I am and what I've done in a bigger platform, I will. But that's just where I can kind of look at some of these timelines and say, what the heck? Because all 20 of mine We settled. We did depositions. We did the discovery. We did the interrogatories. I sat through one deposition. In that one deposition, that corporation then called the sublitigants, and they all settled like dominoes. So I didn't have to do any more than one deposition. And when I did, my attorney hired a second one in for the deposition and whatnot, because we are going to go to trial. And they were mortified, and they the one said that he wrote on his forehead to never ever fuck with Tabitha Jane. That's my alias. It was a different name, but so anywho, I don't have that fight anymore. I'm not that person because I got sick. So I think, but with that, I still have that energy and that drive to look at the courtroom and read what's going on, and read that body language and get all of those clues that are going on that are missed. If you're just watching for an announcement to come out and what happened in that court, you're missing everything. You're missing 98% of it, because I can tell you what happens on this black and white screen for the judge's order and whatnot has nothing to do with what actually happened. Even if it's just a scheduling meeting, there is so much that goes on with the body language and whatnot. And I am all about that. And you know what? Another reporter could go in and not see what I see. I love forensic psychology and breaking things down and looking at people and figuring out how this works here. I'm bringing that to you. So I have this original content. As you all have known, that my content has not been viewed very often from my channel, the original. Others have used my content, and in so doing, they critiqued me in a way that negated everything that I've said and my work during that whole time frame. And so ultimately, through the end of November, December, and part of January, I stopped my channel because the person and people who were taking my courtroom information had taken it to their channel, and they were making a lot of money off of it. And then people started coming back and saying things about what had happened in court to me, because they were so confused by that point. They didn't even know that that was my content, and I was accused of taking somebody else's content when it was mine. My channel went down by 80% in views. The money that I was making from my channel, which was roughly $100 a month, I was very, very proud of myself for making $100 a month. That was reduced to, I think, $28 one month and $30 the next. You don't get a payout until you hit $100. So I was not able to even have a full $100 for Christmas to help. So now that I've lost even that little bit of monetization, whether it be $28 to $100, because of doing the manifesto with 40 views on it, hurts deeply. I cannot directly accuse Katie Joy of unfairly reporting my channel, but I can tell you that the behavior pattern in the time frame is the same, as that I have this smaller community, and I'm always welcoming new members. Come on in and join us, because we are a great group that is very, very protective of each other, and we have great adult discussions. That being said, the moment I started doing Katie Joy content, every single video that I did was reported for non-compliance, violence, blah, 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 blah. And that's where they first picked up on a couple of the Unabomber things. So like the Unabomber, oh my God, I probably shouldn't have said that word. Manifesto was a series of 5. So I did it in a 5-part series. And so that was the only thing that they found in there. And I lost the ability to rate my own videos at that time. And I thought that I deleted all of the series because it wasn't that important to me. It only had 40 views. I'd done it 10 months ago, not a problem. Well, the day that I restarted Katie Joy content and unprivated my playlist that I had done, what do you know? I get the same thing, and my video is reported for violating community standards for promoting violence. And there was the thing to appeal it. I appealed it, wrote in there that, you know what, the manifesto was published in the New York Times. I narrated it in a series of 5, said fair use. I'm not promoting violence. That was not enough. I got the auto deny in like less than a minute. So, you know, it's a bot doing it. And then the few memberships that I had were taken away as well. And thank you for the people who had stayed members, because I suck and I was not giving you good content. So I feel like I shouldn't have membership on my channel anyway until I can properly do that. So that's okay, because I didn't deserve that money as it was. But I need your help. When you see other people using my content from the courtroom, I'm the only person attending the court. Katie Joy does not attend court. Her attorney does. Her attorney's late every time. But where Katie Joy was quoted as saying last night in regard to the 7M documentary coming out, she said the words, yeah, look what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with Shin. I've been putting up with him for 2 years in the courtroom. Something to that effect, allegedly. She's making it sound like Robert Shin is taking her to court and he's marching his suit, his little LA suit. He's marching into the courtroom and commanding the courtroom, and she's there being admonished in front of everybody and getting ready to go to the middle of Town Square in Hanover, Minnesota, right there where the one stoplight is, and getting shamed. Shame. Not what's happening. Like I said, I filed 20 civil suits and they were all settled in, I think it was like 18 months. I mean, this was like 25 years ago. You'd think things would get faster, not slower. But I put the dates in based on what the date said motions should go. When one of the people who I named did not come through with that date, I had a big calendar. Everything was all handwritten because that's the way I am. I'd bring it to my attorney. I'd bring him some cookies and I'd be like, okay, they didn't do this by this date. Isn't that wrong? And they were like, yeah. So now we file a motion. We do that. I'm like, okay, so I'll go home and peck that out and email it to you, and then you'll put your letterhead on it and we'll go. Yes, Tabitha Jane, whichever you want. Anyway, Robert Shin is not taking her to court. She's not. He wouldn't know who she is. Okay? He wouldn't have any idea who she is had she not marked him. And the big question in the room, the elephant in the room, is why would she have picked this man in LA to go after? Could it be because there was a burgeoning documentary and she thought maybe she could get in and get a cut of that? And that there was money at the end? Could that be the motive for defamation? Me think so. Who am I to say? Okay? Who am I to say? But I think we found the motive. Right here. Right there. And because this documentary is coming out, we will see how much she had to do with it. And ultimately, we will find out how much she profited from it. That is the goal of this. And that may be why there have been so many delays, is that they may have been waiting for this documentary to come out. So the checks were cut and more information is there. This may have been something that, I can infer that Katie Joy's counsel is playing dumb and it's working for her. She's nice. She's a very nice lady. I felt so bad for her when she was late this time. And, I totally went to her. I was like, are you okay? I mean, like, if you need a ride or something, I would give you a ride because we're Minnesota and we do that. And I mean, and she was just so nice, and she's a nice lady. She's also an attorney. And she's strategic in playing the nice, confused lady. It may work for her. It may. When you hear things like that, I'm the one seeing it. And when you see my content and hear this, please drive people to my channel. Say, yes, that's Tabitha Jane's work. She went there. Her channel is here. Let me know where you're seeing my content that is not citing me properly. I know that there's not a lot of, how do I say this? If you don't cite your sources when you are using somebody else's material, you're plagiarizing. That is a basic premise that you learn in middle school onward. That if you are writing a report, you don't just go over and look at what somebody else did and write it all and be like, okay, I want all the credit. I want all the credit. And then say, oh, that one person, yeah, they made a mistake here, so don't listen to them. But here I am. Here I am, super chat, y'all. No. Enough is enough. Now that I'm not able to earn money in the way that I was trying to do it so honestly, I need your support in giving me the credit for my work. I need views on my channel to keep it alive. I am bringing it back from basically being on life support to where it was squashed to 20 to 30%. I had had enough of being criticized. I had had enough from getting hate from both sides. I stood alone, took all of the abuse and bullying from both sides, anti-Katie Joy and Katie Joy's side. And as some of you know, it boiled over and it was a mess, but what is done is done. So please help me to do that. Please help to drive the traffic to my channel so that I can get proper credit for my work. And sub up and like the video. And what I want to do, I got to tell you that, okay, there's a couple of things that I observed in that courtroom. That essentially, if I would have said what happened, I could have essentially given information that one or both parties could have used that would have affected the case. And I do not want to do that. So I had to wait on a lot of things. So I want to just start all over and walk you guys in so that I can speak freely now that the judge has ruled on what happened that day and go forth from there, if you let me. What I am now understanding about this judge, about Minnesota courts, is that what I'm accustomed to is when there's a motion argued, each side gives their side, and then the judge says, okay, and either rules there, takes a short recess if they need it. Well, here in Minnesota, we're on Minnesota time, they're like, oh, well, the holidays are coming up, and, it'll be a full moon, so I don't know. Oh, give me a few months on this. And I'm going, what the? Then you see, because the judge is what she's doing is she is going and looking at both sides, looking at everything that they have done, all the communications they have had or not had, seeing if the other party is working towards a solution, if that other party is still talking about the lawsuit, which nobody in their right mind would discuss anything that they were a party to until it was well done, over, settled, and any confidentiality agreements were honored. But some people, you just can't stop. They've got a financial motive, and that's what this is about. It is really boiling down to dollars. That's all this is. It's dollars. It's dollars and trying to control a narrative. So under the Fair Use Act, I'm going to give you, because I don't know how to do intros, so we're going to borrow one from Mocking Media. I did not ask permission before, so I will reach out to them and make sure that it's okay. Or maybe I'll just ask for forgiveness, because you have to go to this channel. Mocking Media is so hilarious, and I'm so proud of them because they're at 1.95 now. They are growing in subs so fast. They're going to be at 10K, and we're going to say, hey, we knew you when, because this channel has absolute geniuses working. I'm not even kidding you. Okay, so here we go. They look at the Michelle, they look at all kinds of content and channels, and they offer a better intro that's maybe more accurate towards the channel. So under the Fair Use Act, I'm going to play you just a little bit of this Katie Joy channel intro, number 005 from Mocking Media. And it starts here. Here we are. Maybe.
Love wearing diapers. They're super comfy. Streaming. I just love to wear diapers while live streaming. Live streaming. just love wearing diapers. Love wearing diapers. They're super comfy. They're super comfy. On my channel, I promise that I'll never leave the screen. Never leave the screen. When nature calls, I'll just pinch one off in my diaper. It's the least I can do for my viewers.
I did not know why so when I started this, I got into the basic Katie Joy stuff. I had no idea the pile I was stepping in. I had known of Katie Joy from local lore and from something else that we have a common group of friends in, and when I started seeing her channel, her channel is just pimped at me nonstop. So, I started watching, I'm going, wait a minute, that's not true. That's not even close to you. That's not true. What the hell? What's wrong with what? And so I was going, she's not telling the truth here. What is going on? I thought I was alone in this because she's got this huge following. And here I am, with my channel with maybe 5 subscribers at that time. I'm going, oh my God, how does nobody know that she's lying? And I kept watching the lies and stuff, and I wasn't saying anything. And then I heard a couple people say her name. And then I saw that there were anti-Katie Joy channels. And I was like, oh my God, so I'm not the only one who knows that she's not a truth teller. So then, when I saw that people were going to fundraise and stuff to come out for the hearings, I felt like, anything can happen with the hearing, especially here in Minnesota. It can snow, it can rain, we can have a tornado. Anything can happen. The lawyers can have an emergency and everything. So I'd feel terrible if the community paid for somebody to come out here, pay for a hotel, get a rental car to drive in over an hour out here to the middle of nowhere for the Wright County Courthouse, and then have really nothing that they noticed or whatever. So I took the risk and I said, hey, I live in Minnesota. I live close to the courtroom. I kind of have some experience as to what the local tempo is legally, and we have a huge problem with the Wright County Courthouse. So maybe I can go in there and be the eyes and ears and bring that to you. And I felt like I could be doing that and still have my channel, that I would be doing work, that I would be earning, blah, 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 and be a part of this. Well, so many people told me, hey, look, if you have any questions, ask me. This is kind of complex. There's a lot of backstory here. There's a lot of contradictions and everything. I mean, 80% of the people were so nice, and then that other 20% is like, you're wrong. You're wrong. And I'm going, look, I don't have a PhD in all things Katie Joy, so I don't know some of these things, and I'm doing the best that I can here. But I don't make any freaking money, and this is my time. So you know what? Just take what I can give you, and if you like it, great. And if you don't, and so some of the questions I really looked into, and then they were calling her like the diaper. They were talking about her saggy ass diaper and stuff. I'm like, what? And then I saw the picture, and that is undoubtedly a diaper. And I saw the abnormally long times that she's online. I'm like, how do you never pee? Are you not human? You drink a lot, but you don't pee. Are you a camel? And then the legend of the Katie Joy wearing a diaper came through. And here, just watch, I'll be sued for this. She'll take my ass to court for this, and I'll be in front of a judge saying, yeah, I've heard the rumors about the diaper, judge. This is where I heard it. This is how I'm doing it. And on my channel, I actually showed the mocking media thing. And so, okay, I'll be publicly stoned in Town Square. Yes. Yes, next Monday. Okay, there it is. There you go. So if you didn't know the legend of the diaper wearing shrew of Hanover, here it is.
What about Josh Duggar? Do you like to talk about Josh Duggar? Josh Duggar. Holy fuck balls. I do too. If there's anything that gets my bottom soggy, it's talking about Josh Duggar. What about Cody Brown?
She has a type. But why does she have such a boner in her diaper over these men on TLC? I mean, if you think of Toad, you think of Josh, and you think of Cody. Well, she likes it in the brown eye, so let's brown eyes. She likes brown eyes.
Do you like to talk about Cody Brown? Cody Brown. I just love Cody Brown. Just look at his crotch. And look at that beautiful hair. Damn it. Another joy-gasm. Just filled another one. What about parenting? Would you like to learn?
Okay, are you guys rolling on the freaking floor right now? Are you ROFLMUAO? Are you? Because this stuff is gold.
About being a good parent. Being a good parent. Holy shit. So would I. If you have any advice, please contact me immediately. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Do you enjoy that? I enjoy that. I think that that is magnanimously hilarious. Okay. So for the people who don't like my chit chat, I'm going to cut it here. And then the next will be going straight to business. So that's just kind of my intro of me and getting restarted here and encouraging you to go to the Mocking Media channel. It's just gold. And so much of this, it gets to you because the negativity that goes on and the really dark things, at times and subjects, you have to laugh. You have to look at some of this with satire and you have to laugh or else it's going to get to you and it's just too much. So thank you for listening. Sub up, like, and if you ever feel inclined, I accept Cash App, and my Cash App is Tabitha Jane 13, and there is a link to it in my About Me, and I would love it if you'd give me a tip, since I'm not monetized anymore. Not that I'm salty about it, okay? Just a little salty. All right, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening.